So what's up, everyone? I know it's been a while since we've been face to face like this, so I just thought it was important that before I start the video, I put this message out. Because some things are going to be said in this video that may have you thinking I don't respect the bitches, but I do respect them. In fact, I respect the bitches almost as much as I respect my homies. So on that note, let's get into the video. Now, I did promise this video almost a year ago, and I never got around to shooting it because I've been busy doing nothing. Now, in case you haven't figured it out by the title, because I know I threw a lot of big words in there, this video is about 5 gypsy girls that your Bubba warned you about. Yo, so to get jazz. That's what's up in Gypsy. Which is also your Gypsy Boy pickup line of the week. So now that I've given you the MVP, most valuable pickup line, or the MCL, most trotted line, there are a few things you should know about when it comes to choosing which Gypsy girl's leggings you plan on getting into. The first thing you need to know is that no matter what girl you choose, your family's gonna have a problem with them. You'll hear things like, she's a whore, she's a little girl. Don't put yourself in that family. So the second thing you need to know is that your family's right. And thirdly, the only person whose opinion actually matters is your Bubba's. Think about it for a second. Your Bubba spends anywhere from 20 to 40 hours a week sitting at a table, drinking coffee, and gossiping with other Bubbas. This means that she's up on all the latest news. This also means that she knows which gypsy girls have been no good and which gypsy girls would make good wives. Fuck La Costa Nostra. This is the table I'm trying to get a seat at. This is where the action is. Because if so facto, your Bubba's like Santa Claus. Only instead of giving coal to the gypsy girls that have been bad, she's giving dirty looks. And instead of leaving you presents, she's leaving you cigarettes because she knows your parents won't buy them for you yet. So without further ado, 5 gypsy girls your Bubba warned you about. So number 1, Rachel from Friends, making you Ross everyone's least favorite friend. You've been in love with this girl since she hit puberty, aka the dawn of time. She's the Lois Lane to your Clark Kent, and the fact that she keeps you is your kryptonite. If so facto, boom, you're in the cousin zone, which is a lot like the Phantom Zone, only way worse. This is an inescapable prison. You would have a better chance escaping the Death Star before it blew up than ever getting the fuck out of here. You're playing an unwinnable game. This is Flappy Bird on expert mode with a shattered screen. Cue the sad Hulk music. Of course, you could have avoided this heartbreak if you had only listened to your Bubba. Number 2, Raven from The Exorcist. This is the gypsy girl you thought was normal at first, but the more time you spend with her, the more you start to see her real personality and how psychotic this woman really is. At first glance, she looks like the type of girl you wouldn't mind getting in news with. And then you get in news with her. The next thing you know is this girl starts throwing for your mother and whores, talking to Moolah, and doing all kind of weird things with the furniture. And at one point, and I can even put swear, she manages to turn her head 360 degrees. That's all the way around. If you're fucking with this girl, you better have an old priest and a young priest on speed dial, because you're gonna need them. Your mother hates this girl for obvious reasons, because she's evil just being one of them. Now your Bubba hates this girl for all the same reasons your mother does, only more, because your Bubba loves you more. Because she's the one who had to raise you for the first few years you were alive. Because your mother was a teenager and didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Number 3, Regina George. This is the mega bitch. Now you may think your girlfriend's a bitch, and undoubtedly she is, but she's not Regina George. She's Gretchen Wieners at best, bro. Known attributes: having a mouth on her like her fucking mother. Emojis are her second language. She's always DTF. Down to fight. This is what I like to refer to as the reverse green eggs and ham scenario. She will fight you in a church in front of God, or at the KED over Yed. She'll fight with you in the car while you're driving, and at the hospital while you're dying. She'll fight with your mother, she'll fight with your brother. It doesn't matter if it's over the internet or in person, because if worse comes to worse, she's already prepared to call it upon that. Known characteristics. She's so mean, bro. So mean. Think of this bitch as Bane. She will break you, and only after she breaks you and tells your mother off, will you then have her permission to die? That's not a good look, bro. Your Bubba never liked this girl and never will. You don't know why, because you're too afraid to ask her. Number 4 on our list is Helga from Hey Arnold. This is a red alert. We've got a stage 5 clinger. She clingy, bro. To answer your first question, yes, she is too young for you, bro. But don't let that stop you. And sure, she still thinks helping her mom bread chicken is fun. And sure, she looks like Bambi taking his first steps when she tries to walk in hills. And yeah, her mother did make her close her eyes during the sex scenes in 50 Shades of Grey. And yes, you should probably definitely maybe date someone a little closer to your age. But this girl is DTB, down to booyah. And passing on a sure thing because you have morals or whatever excuse you use is a surefire way to prove absolutely nothing. Okay, so let me guess. You met her on a funeral? I'm gonna assume I'm correct. Now, how do I know that? Well, that's where you always meet this type of gypsy girl. Funerals are their hunting grounds. They're like Tinder for gypsy girls with low standards. And we're the prey. Gypsy girls use funerals to scout for potential mates and or future deadbeat baby daddies. As I've been told and have literally seen 4 times. Since I've started gaining the weight back, I'm probably a 5 in real life. But on a funeral, I'll be damned if I'm not a 7. If ever there were a girl voted most likely to trap you, this would be her. And why not? That's how her mother got her father, and her Bubba got her buppu. I guarantee she's already went on a website and fused a picture of each of you together to see what your babies would look like. Now this girl starts off in the side chick position and strategically works her way up the ranking system by any means necessary. Whether that's faking a pregnancy or putting herself in news with you so that you take the hint. Or just always being there for you, like when you're chutting and you need someone to be a lookout. Now your Bubba already warned you not to let yourself get trapped by this little girl. Your Bubba also doesn't want history to repeat itself and for you to wind up as miserable as this girl's father and buppu are. Number 5, Sammy from Jersey Shore. This is the girl that turns you into a pussy practically overnight. Despite your best efforts to think with your dick and avoid what your heart's telling you, you still wind up falling in love with this girl. You thought it was meant and then you found out it wasn't, but you still think it's meant. It doesn't matter if she left you 6 months ago, a year ago, or 4 years ago. She still got you crying like a bitch, bro. This is the girl you never get over because she'll never let you get over her because she exists. Your boys will call you up periodically to make sure you're still alive and to try to get you to go out. You never go, even when they say they gotta come. Here are some tips to help you identify this girl and to save you from becoming the next Ronnie, minus the steroids. Let's start by identifying her primary offensive moves, which are 1. Wearing high heels, which makes her even taller than you because you're only 5'5" on a good hair day. But that's not all they do. High heels are known to add curves that weren't there a minute ago. This will attract taller, stronger, and more mentally stable men to your girl and make you feel like Leonard from The Big Bang Theory. Number 2, taking the picture with her ass on the bathroom counter. This is also known as false advertising, since this easily adds up to 60% more ass than she already has. But this is also like an open invitation to slide up in those DMs like she owes you something. Number 3, pretending to be sweet and innocent, but if you look close enough, you can almost see her horns. Women know that the best way to a man's heart is by finding that perfect mixture of kindergarten teacher and whore. This means being able to ginesh him and being willing to be disrespected by him. That's how she gets you. Now her main defensive moves are 1. Crying. That's her fucking go-to. Number 2. Being emotionally unstable. In other words, having all the feels at once. Number 3. Being a TFB or total fucking bitch. By doing things like telling you it's okay to go out with the boys and then getting mad at you when you do. Because you're supposed to be able to read her mind and know that when she tells you something's okay, that it's not okay. This is just one of the many ways she'll drive you insane. She'll also create a rift between you and your boys, Yoko Ono style, because she doesn't trust you. This girl's got you whipped like Kuta Kente, and your Bubba fucking hates her. Your Bubba's already told you that as long as you're with this girl, she's not letting you get a policy on her.